in there. G'day, folks. Back in the garage again. It's still cold out there, eh? So, okay, I know I've been telling a lot of stories lately. You're probably saying, well, it's because he can't be working outside, eh? Well, it's partially right, but I've been doing some work. I did some work in the house. And, well, hang on, I was going to do some work here too. I got these stainless steel plates that's on the bench, but not ready to divulge that part of the action. You're wondering what's this going to be all about, eh? Well, I tell you, I think I figured it out. I know why the Maytag repairman quit his job. Well, first, okay, gonna set it up. When we were young, used to be some advertisements on TV, and you'd see the Maytag repairman, he's sitting on the big Chesterfield there, and he's got the phone in front of him, well, beside, and he's waiting for the phone to ring. Well, it's funny, eh? Maytag don't have them advertisements anymore. You know why? Now I know what happened to the Maytag repairman.
Maytag washers and dryers are a lot like Newton here. Faithful, dependable. Year after year, hardly a complaint. That's true of all Maytags.
Working on a Maytag. Boy, it's sure good to be actually working on a Maytag. It's been a while. You know, that's the trouble with you Maytag washers and dryers. You're too dependable. It's not often that anybody needs us Maytag repairmen. That's why we're the loneliest guys in town. After all these years, it's still a thrill to see the inside of one of these beauties. Too rugged. Just plain too rugged. You know, I really think Maytag overdoes it.
He quit his job. We, that's me and my wife, we bought a clothes washing machine and a dryer, a set. They were Maytag Neptune, okay? And some of you know the Maytag brand. Well, in those days, we're going back maybe 20 years, something like that. But anyways, forget the history about the machines. I'm gonna tell you the story. Well, hang on, I'm gonna show you right beside me here. See right in here? And there was a chunk of oak block wood in here. There was other stuff. Oh, there was something. Yes. There was this little tool that I needed. Put that there. And there was this. Okay, call it the IPS. I had showed this on the other video. See this end? That was mushroomed like that, eh? But this end was just cut off, fresh cut off, okay? See how it's mushroomed? It's not because it didn't work. This stuff is hard too, eh? By the way, it's copper, but it's hard. You can tell, eh? Right here on the end here, where the sledge hit. I don't know if they call that annealing. Annealing. But anyways, that's all got, and all the tools in here. Oops. It's all kinds of good stuff in here. My famous light, which served me well. Those, yeah, if ever somebody has the intention to buy a good light, you know what? I got other kinds, but this one here, it's slinky. It's an Astro 40 SL. They're not cheap. It's rechargeable, and it's got a little kind of hook at different places, and it served me well during this project. Without it's just a magnetic base on it. Okay. Why? Well, hang on. I'm putting myself in frame. No use to be looking at the tools so much when you could be looking at me, eh? Hang on. Raise. Oop, too high. Okay. Okay. This job. I had looked at the videos on the net. There was 100 and some. Not that many, but there's a lot showing how to do this. So this is why I opted out not to do a video. But now I figured, now I know why this guy quit his job. Maytag, well, and all the other washing machine makers, they decided, see, the old washing machines used to be top loading, eh? First of all, you'd have more capacity than the horizontal shaft ones, and I don't know why. They just look more modern, eh? Like your dryer loads from the front, so your washer loads from the front. Well, first of all, you hardly get any water in there. Well, you'll get some, but not as much, I don't think, as the barrel type top load. Okay, but the ick about the shaft, horizontal shaft ones, is the shaft is only mounted at one end of the barrel, and it's kind of not centered, eh? It's a lot of torque on this shaft. 2 bearings on there, and the shaft is about, I'd say, an inch. I can measure it. I have the old bearings in here. But yeah, so in order to fix this, you gotta, there's races, eh? The drum, I think it's fiberglass, but it's not thick, eh? It's thin. And there was some guys that mentioned, one guy, he hit so much to drive the bearings out that he cracked the barrel, and he was looking at, I forget now, $300 or $400 just to buy a barrel, and then the job starts after that. He cracked, this is the outer case, not the inner, but the outer case that holds all the water and the drum, the spinning drum. So the bearings are fitted on the far side of that. You gotta drive them out. But the engineers and all their smartness, they couldn't have used the outer race. They couldn't have used like a stainless steel. They used aluminum, eh? So aluminum with the corrosive, like Jadex and everything that you put in the washing machine, the soap and everything. It's all this corrodes, eh? So, and there's a little bit of water infiltration in there because it was rusted, eh? Well, mister, I needed a pick to pick out the lock for the bearing, the inner bearing. There was just a C-clip, but it wasn't a real C-clip that I could put a tool on. It was just like a sprung wire type of affair, eh? Like, and you had to put a pick in behind it, and then pry it out and get a screwdriver in there, and hey, and it's about that far inside, so it's easy, eh? Okay, once that's out, at taking the Dremel and with these little fluffy wheels there, and I ground inside to kind of make it smooth. Then I put some there's all kinds of this release all. This is the kind I buy, and you can. Everybody's got their own stuff that they claim to fame. I know there's one kind there that a lot of people use, but anyways, yeah, and I even got to use this here, the HV350, because the drum accidentally, I'm gonna put that here. I'm unloading at the same time as I'm telling the story. Accidentally, when I'm driving on the tool there, the copper drift, because you're inside, like driving the outer bearing, once you've driven the inner bearing inside, after lubricating and grinding all the dirt and taking the C-clip out, with a lot of pounding, I'll tell you that bearing, the race was stuck, and it took maybe, I'm sure, a good 5, maybe 10 minutes, bashing with the big sledge and the copper on the inside, and then I managed to drive the inner bearing inside the tub. That's not when I cracked the fiberglass drum. I'm on the inside and I'm hitting, and I was outside the drum, but I wow, 2 shots, okay? 1 shot, I hit the tub, and I made a little crack about that long, but now I'm not gonna leave that like that, So I pulled out the HV350. Like you can see the crack in the fiberglass. I patched on the inside and I patched it on the outside. The next shot that I missed, it's been a long time I haven't done no work, I hit myself right on the knee. I got bad knees, So needless to say, I didn't really need that, but par for the course, that's why these Maytag repairmen, they all jump ship, Anyways, on with the circus. Sideways, yeah, talk about sideways. This is a real sideways one. Me, I don't show the video of doing it, I just tell the story once. This is what it's all about for me, I see these young guys. These guys have time for a little story. I see these young guys, they're splitting wood and they're doing this and they're doing that. Me, it's all in my past, I did so much in my past that I can spend my life now telling stories of the things I did. But occasionally, I'll slip and I'll endeavor into a little project. But things aren't all that easy, especially when you're not used to working. It's hard on the old man. Anyways, one guy said, my daughter, another little side note here. My daughter says, Dad, how come you're repairing that? Why don't you buy another one? When it started spitting, to dry out at the end there, well, it sounded like there was a freight train in the house. Yeah, and then I went on the inner tube and I seen a lot of guys repairing those. So I said, I'll order a kit and I'll endeavor it. Wow, if I was like, this machine is not, I seen a lot on the inner width. They were friggin' dirty and crusty, Like this is just like the day we bought it, It's still clean. It was always like, I don't know how they get, like some I seen there, how they get so dirty, these machines on the inside, like there's a a membrane between the drum and the door. It's like a rubber membrane. Some of them, that was just crusty. But anyways, I'm not here to complain. Why, there's nothing wrong with the machine other than the freight train sound. When I took, I gotta say this too. I don't have it with me. It's in the garbage. The bearing, the outer bearing, like at the back there, the outer bearing, just like new. But the inner bearing, you could hardly, like it had really to put your grip on it to turn it. Like it was seized, eh? Just too many years of detergent and soap and I don't know what else. Whatever you put in a washing machine there. Grime and grit and everything. But anyways, so I got it done. This is not easy, eh? Like it took me 2 days. Yeah, buy another one. I'm not about to. Well, those fancy new all electronic ones there, the problem with those is the circuit board goes and they cost you I was going to say 2,000, not 2,000, but $300-400 just for the circuit board, just because some electronic piece of equipment in there let go, unless you're able to troubleshoot the circuit board. I don't want to get in there. These are, well, there's still a printed circuit on there, but as far as this has passed the test of time, eh? It's served us well, and all it was wrong with it was the freight train sound, eh? So I said, I'm gonna fix that. So that's why I endeavored into fixing it, eh? And now I know what makes it tick, and now I know why the Maytag guy jumped ship, eh? I guess things aren't easy anymore, eh? It's when you got a drum with water in it, and I guess there's as much water outside the drum as there is inside, so it's not that heavy on the shaft, but you got all the clothes inside there, but it's more or less equal, and the water comes up, but then all that turning and that spinning and and there's water that works its way. There's seals in there, but with time and vibration, you pick up vibration. You know when you got clothes in there, it's never balanced, eh? And but there's dampers on the drum, like everything's in there, everything's floating. They got 2 shocks, and there's dampers on there, and it's built to take the little bit of vibration, but I guess it wears on them bearings, eh? And like I said, I think I said it in the last ones, I had found some bearings, stainless steel, but I don't think I'll be around that long. So that's the story on the Maytag man. That's why you don't see him anymore, because he got sick of repairing these washing machines, eh? And he said, that's it. Well, hey, let's talk about the new stuff, eh? It's just not built, like, they build it in Mexico, and I don't know if they build it in China and they send it like a full shipload of refrigerators. They're fancy. Ha! They're fancy. They look good. Like a refrigerator, you open the door and they got these little LEDs shining on the glass, say, and they ever look beautiful. But a few years after you bought it, you find out how much the new ones cost, because there's a few makes, I forget now. I have a friend there. Well, I don't want to tell the whole story, but part of the story is a few years after they bought the appliances, like I think the either the clothes dryer or the washing machine let go, the refrigerator let go, and God knows what else. These are all new. Some of it was Samsung, and there's a few makes. I know they're refrigerator. Okay, I don't don't quote me on this. The repair guy said he couldn't even repair it. Like those are made. It's a one-shot deal, and you can't repair them. They send them back. Well, she got a warranty on the refrigerator, like prorated probably. They gave her so much because it wasn't even 5 years, eh? And supposedly, well, that's what the repairman guy said, that they had a big warehouse in Toronto full of these refrigerators, eh? These new models, eh? And this wasn't a cheap, this was a top end model, eh? But they're made so cheap that you can't even change a compressor in them. They're one shot. You can't even, I don't know how they can build that. You can't even empty the refrigerant in them. But anyways, we're not. That's not what we're dealing with. Well, we're dealing with the Maytag guy. He's got, like, there's jobs that he can't handle anymore. That's what's the problem is. But I got through this one, and well, I hope it lasts for a long time. Okay, friends, I hope I didn't bore you with this one. It's well, we'll get to doing some work there. We gotta shine this up. We gotta grind the edges on this. Like, it's kind of rough, and we're in the project here, and I don't want to divulge the reasoning behind the project yet, but you'll see as time goes by. It's incredible. It's winter, eh? And the groundhog there. Okay, folks. Don't forget, eh? You leave me a thumbs up at the end so I'll know you watched till the end. Comments are welcome. I try to give non-generic answers to to the comments I get. And as usual, we'll see you in the next one.